Activision Blizzard is an extremely scummy company, and this won't come as a surprise to many of you, but unfortunately, we have another situation of people being completely silenced and receiving insane bans. But before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, I am no stranger to covering situations like this where people are receiving insane bans, but it is very disappointing because I want people to be able to play video games and speak the way they want. The reason why the mute button and the block buttons exist are to ignore people who are speaking in a way you do not like, while also subsequently not ruining their gaming experience. And if we were talking about somebody going out of their way and threatening the life of somebody else in real life, of course, not just in the game, or doxing or things like that, that would be an entirely different situation. But oftentimes now, trash talking ends up getting people's accounts suspended or straight up banned, meaning you are losing access to a product you paid money for. And now we've got a Call of Duty player being baffled after receiving a 67-year ban, which is just so absurd. It's not like it's even a year or 2 years, 67, so very specific. It says a Call of Duty player was left shocked after being hit with a jaw-dropping 67-year-long ban. The COD player, Jeffadadon 762, expressed their disbelief in a post to the Black Ops 6 subreddit titled, "Excuse me, WTF." The post included a screenshot showing the penalty notice, which displayed a remaining ban time of 24,488 days, equivalent to 67 years and 17 days. Now, of course, we do not know exactly what prompted this, but one would assume if you have done something or said something so abhorrent and disgusting that your account would have just been straight up banned, not like a specific 67-year suspension. Or on the flip side, if you said something that really wasn't all that serious, it would have only been for a few days or maybe a week or like maybe a month maximum. And the problem with this is that it is because of AI. We know that with Modern Warfare 3, they actually started implementing AI for global real-time voice chat moderation, and they have continued that with the other releases. So now we are being moderated by AI, and this is why you should not sit here and say, oh yeah, AI is good for situations like this, because you end up in predicaments like this where your account is banned for 67 years, and we don't even know what this person said. Maybe he just said, "Hey, motherfucker, how are you doing?" I mean, again, trash talking is a very common thing, especially in competitive FPS spaces, and I do not think that that is bad. I do not think that that is wrong, because we are talking about a video game and a space for adults, and adults should be able to express themselves how they want. I'm not going to sit here and try to police people. Now, yes, if you are really bothered by what somebody is saying or doing, you can mute them and you can block them, or you could just leave the lobby because you're most likely never going to be paired with them ever again. So, as an adult who should be playing this game, you should know how to use the tools that are provided to you. But oh no, adults can't talk to each other. Adults can't make fun of each other, because there's always going to be somebody out there who's very upset. And when we had heard back in 2023 that Blizzard was going to begin using AI for global real-time voice chat moderation, I became extremely worried, and I know so many people were as well. I did cover it in a video all the way back then, and it's just so sad to see companies trying their best to find ways to silence us. And to top all of that off, it's not like you can really talk to somebody and get clarifications and get information on why this is happening. People were talking about it, though, in the subreddit, saying, "Bro, chill, it's temporary." And one responded jokingly, "OP in 2092 playing Black Ops 70 via brain implant." Another said, as fucked as this is, a game where you can set your enemy on fire with a Molotov and then execute them with a power drill like it's a fucking John Wick scene, I think they need to relax on the comms regulation. Meanwhile, various others tried their best to speculate what the player actually said to get such a long ban. And yeah, we don't know if it was just blatant ignorance or slurs, or if they were just kind of goofing off. We don't know, and we are probably never going to know. But if you are a person who accesses Activision Blizzard products, you should be aware of this, and you probably should be worried about this too, because it could be your account on the line next. Imagine you have bought every Call of Duty, or you buy every Blizzard game, and you swipe your credit card in titles like Overwatch 2. Let's say you have $1,000 of products in your account. One day that could just be banned. They could rip all of that content away from you and they don't have to give you money back. This is why I am so opposed to the all digital future that, yes, we are ultimately headed towards. But this is why I constantly try to fight back against that happening. And I also call out companies whenever they make decisions like this, because you never know when it is going to be you, and you don't want to get into a situation where it actually is you and then it's far too late to actually fight back against these companies. And of course, this is not the first time players have received majorly long bans. Following the launch of Marvel's Rivals, the developer handed out 100-year bans as part of a crackdown on cheaters. Meanwhile, one player in Fortnite was banned for 2 million days. Now, these are gameplay disrupting cheaters, so it is a little bit different than voice or text chat versus actually affecting the way that people are playing the game. But another, issue here is that in their TOS, they say that they can ban you why ever they want, however they want, whenever they want, for as long as they want, and they can control your speech when you are using their platform and even off of it. Look at Twitch, for example. They will ban people for off-platform offenses. You can go on social media and say X, Y, or Z, and then they could just completely use that against you, which is not okay, at least in my opinion. But Activision Blizzard is a scummy company when it comes to the way that they monetize games and how little they actually update their titles and give players what they want. And they also want to control you and the way that you talk and the way that you ultimately enjoy the video games that you are paying money for. So will we get an update on this? Maybe they'll issue a clarification. Probably not, knowing AB. But I do think it is still extremely important to talk about and call out, because the more leeway we give them, the more they will cause situations like this to happen. If you give them an inch, they will take 5 miles, and I am not going to sit here and not question a company just because they've made a few games that I have enjoyed in the past. So I will be keeping my eye on this situation, but for now, that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.